Hi and welcome back to Locator Gaming. I'm going to continue playing role player adventures. I am on Adventure 3, Outbreak in Undercity. But before I move on to Adventure 3, I have to finish leveling up from the end of the last adventure. So I believe the first step is shuffle and create the market. So I think we're just going to dive right into that. So let's get this open and just check the steps real quick. Let's prepare the market, visit the guild where we're going to spend XP, and I have a plan for that already. Then we visit the market to do the actual purchasing and put cards into our hands. Okay, so the 5 markets here. Shuffle the weapon deck real quick. Take the top card. We've got a War Lance that lets us manipulate 2 white dice up or down. It costs 6. We've got exactly 6. I like that it lets us affect 2 white dice instead of just 1. We may have something similar to that in there already. Okay, here's some traits. I really kind of want to be looking for armor and scrolls. Armor because you can play multiple armor cards in a turn, and it doesn't go against your play limit. And scroll cards because of the shaman's ability over here. So here's an interesting card. So a Minotaur gets a 2 discount. I can't afford this right now because I've only got 6 gold. I spent gold during mission 2 to buy something. But being able to change any 1 or any 3 into any color seems like a good card. So what are we at here? We're at skills. Negotiate is 8 minus intelligence. So being able to flip a blue, or you can't see the green because of the green screen, but 8 minus intelligence. So it would only cost 4 for our Centurion, and it would cost 7 for our Frogkin, Newton Puddle Walker. So potentially a card that our Centurion could buy. Did we have a card that we needed to assign that's not in the sleeve yet? Doesn't look like it. Maybe it was the Grin Taker. I put it over here. This is an awesome card. Just get any color die. Okay, let's see if we get a decent scroll here. That we're going to want. Stone Skin, unfortunately, too expensive. And as you can tell from the green screen, it adds 2 green dice. But it's too expensive and no discount at all. Kind of a bummer. And armor. I think we're looking for chain or leather. Is that correct? I don't know. We'll look through the decks in just a second. Let's see what we get here for armor. Okay, it's leather at a cost of 4. See at the bottom there, play any number of additional leather armor cards. These do not count against the play limit. So leather is re-roll black or purple dice. Yeah, we've got leather in this deck over here. So we can already re-roll. I think they're all the same. It gives you like a bunch of re-rolls of those kinds of cards. And not that it really matters, but I'm pretty sure we've got chain. We've got chain and runic on this side. So we have a card to manipulate white dice already, I think, somewhere. Yeah, spellbook, we can do 1. White die up or down 1. How much blue manipulation do we have? Not a lot, so we may actually go for this negotiate card instead of the War Lance card. We've got plus or minus on blue, but being able to flip something and then plus or minus it seems pretty good. Okay, so we'll buy it with our Centurion. Or we don't get to buy yet. We got to do this stuff first. So my plan here, I want to get another bonus play token. So we'll get a second bonus play token. So what the cost of that is your current play limit, which is 2, plus your current bonus play limit, which was 1. So that's 3 plus 5. So that's going to cost 8 XP. And we're at 2 bonus plays. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I want to spend 3 on a mastery up here. We're currently at an attribute limit of 4, but that's fine because I'm going to spend that for both of them to get a dexterity, because dex is my lowest across the board at a grand total of only 2 for each character. Or I mean, with it's now 2 for each character. Before it was 1 for each character, for a total of only 2 for the party. So for getting ready for the next adventure, we'll make sure we've got those in there. We've got 3 XP left, and I was going to spend 2 of this on some hit points. So we'll go from 16 to 18, and then I'm going to save 2. So 18 and 18. Now I'll buy this card. Got my sleeves off to the side. 8 minus intelligence, so my intelligence here is 4. So that's going to cost 4, and we'll be left with 2. All right. That is it for our leveling. Just put these cards away real quick. It's a pretty decent organizer that came with the game. The plastic inserts. I wonder if it's Game Trays. I don't remember if Game Trays designed these for them. Okay, so let's finish our setup for Adventure 3. We've got XP in A, B, C, D, and E. We've also got some books here for the backstory. So Kyrian, our construct over here, the Centurion, he has 2 stories here actually. One of them is on area G when it's revealed. So there's going to be an area that gets revealed. That's area G. But he has one in A. And then Newton, our puddle walker, has one in D. So we'll read those backstory things when we get there. I don't even need to open the book to know that I need to randomize these and put them in the 4 spots around the board. Spin, spin, spin. Okay, just put them kind of in this order. As long as we're healthy, I'm going to try to probably interact with all of those anyways, just to see what we get. And usually those are some kind of encounter where after the encounter your rest token flips back over. So, anything in here? Not really. We've got quite a few titles. We'll have to look at those to remember. Our tracks are already set. We're at 0 King's Favor, 0 Dragool Favor, and +2 Starlit. Okay. Outbreak in Undercity. We've got our class cards face up. Our attribute rows are filled. We've got the encounter tokens, and we've put them on the board. Your adventure begins. While the rest of your regiment headed north to battle, you were sent to fetch the head of a giant troll for King Terran. After you returned to the capital city of Sebek, Commander Zalek ordered you into Undercity to deal with an outbreak of vampirism. Undercity, a maze of catacombs and old sewer tunnels under the capital, is populated with criminals, outcasts, rebels, and the destitute. The locals have a rather low opinion of the King's Guard, and you suspect that they won't hesitate to infect you if given the chance. You follow Zalek through a graveyard to the royal mausoleum. He unlocks the gate and you enter. Down 3 flights of stairs, Zalek unlocks another gate and stands aside. Beyond lies a dark tunnel, one of many entrances to this maze of underground passages. The tunnels are cold and damp, smelling of rot and pyre smoke. Place your party marker at location A. Party marker. Read entry A. So we are in the graveyard. If there's no XP, go to A1, but there is. Otherwise, collect the XP. Seems familiar. Your mission is simple but not pleasant, says Zalek. Vampires are powerful Dragool warriors. There's no cure for a vampire's bite. Kill the vampire and all the infected that you meet. Bring me proof that the creature is dead. You will know the infected by their cold gray eyes, long fangs, and the bite marks on their necks. Zalek motions for you to pass him, and you step through the gate. The tunnel branches after Azimuth's bones. One branch will take you to the Thieves Guild. Another will take you through the ossuary of the Old Order. The third leads to the cremation pit. Why was I struggling with that word? Stay alert. The vampire could be hiding anywhere. Zalek hands you a lantern, instructing you to use it to search carefully everywhere you go. Return here when your mission is complete, says Zalek. Then he locks the iron gate behind you. Reveal discovery card 81. If your king's favor is 2 or higher, go to A2. Well, first we got to reveal discovery card 81. Stay open, book. Discovery card 81. It's a lantern, which fortunately costs 0 stamina to use. So we will probably be using that anywhere and everywhere we can. Okay, so like it says, if your thing is higher, go to A2, but it's not. We can either use an item or move to another location. Okay, but once given the option to move to another location, before we can do anything else, we have to do our backstory entry. So this is Street Urchin. Oh, if we were a street urchin, maybe we know some stuff about Undercity. Separated, split, street urchin. Okay, so Adventure 3, Outbreak in Undercity, Location A. This is not your first time in the Undercity. You decide to take a detour, making your way down one of the passages where your old companions used to congregate. After a few twists and turns, you find your way to a small encampment. In the crowd of people gathered here to trade, drink, and sleep, one man in particular catches your eye. His name is Jonas. When you lived in Undercity, he used to force you and the other children to work for him. He would steal whatever gold you earned and feed you just enough scraps to survive. You watch as Jonas coughs blood into a dirty handkerchief. He's older now and feebler than you remember. The years have not been kind to him. Take revenge on Jonas for his crimes, or show him more kindness than he showed you as a child. So right now, our alignment is right in the middle, completely neutral. So we have a opportunity here, I guess, to choose a direction. We've gone lawful good with Newton. It seems weird to me. Well, I guess you're in the King's Guard. You probably don't get to pick your partners. Let's not hold a grudge. So show him more kindness than he showed you. Urchin 3-3. Street Urchin player, move your alignment marker up 1. Okay. So we're now towards the good side, still in the middle. Jonas is old and sickly. It would be pointless now to seek your revenge. You approach him and introduce yourself, but he has no memory of you. Even so, you help him to his shelter where he lies down to rest. As you leave Jonas to his fate, a nearby gnome calls to you. You show him too much kindness, she says. The man is a monster, and he shall die like one, but your good heart should be rewarded. She reveals a collection of weapons for sale. For you, a most reasonable price. Return 1 gold to the supply, and then reveal a random weapon card from the weapon deck and add it to the street urchin player's hand. Sweet. Then we can either use an item or move to another location. So we're going to get 1 weapon for the price of a gold. And we can move this. We'll save this here for when G comes out, just as a reminder. Okay, so I wonder if you didn't have gold, what would happen? Because they were kind of for sale. So the next thing we're definitely going to do is use an item. We're going to use the lantern there because it's free. Doesn't cost any stamina or fatigue or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's just pick one at random. We got a sling. Decrease a blue or green, you can't see it because of the green screen, die by 1 or 2. Spend 2 stamina from Constitution to return this to your hand. Wow, that's some pretty good green and blue dice manipulation. All right. There you go, Street Urchin. We've got so many cards. And we're only on Adventure 3. Okay, we're back at A. We don't need the rule book for a while, probably. Hopefully we won't need it. I won't need to look something up. A, let's see, the lantern is 81, so we're going to go to A, 81. A, 81. You hold the lantern up to Zalek's face, and the bright light makes him squint. Yes, he says, very clever. Now make sure you use it everywhere else in Undercity. You can use another item, rest, or move to another location. Okay, we do not have any other items to use. And the only place we really can go is to D. So we'll do our main story event here, and then we've got more backstory stuff for Newton on his devoted backstory. Okay, D. Azima's Bones. If there's no XP, go to D1, otherwise collect the XP. You enter a wide pillared hall with vaulted ceilings built entirely from the bones of Azima the Benevolent, Queen of Dragons and Mother of this world. It was Azima's magic that first drew the many planes and their peoples to Ulos. It was then that she forged the armaments of the immortal knight, defender of Nalos, who was the first being to cross into Ulos from another plane. These bones were placed here to honor Azima, so that any visit to the ancient dead would begin with tribute to her. Azima's scales have been set in patterns along her bones. Your lantern light reflects back at you in a brilliant prism of rainbows, as if Azima herself were smiling upon you now. As you look in awe and fear at the gigantic skeleton, your eye catches the quick movements of a hooded figure, darting about between columns made from ribs and claws. Someone is attempting to approach you unseen. Douse your lantern and wait for their approach would be dexterity and constitution, black and green, or attack quickly to catch them off guard. We don't know that they're not friendly, but if they were friendly, why would they be trying to sneak up on us? Let's try it. It's a skill check. I like doing skill checks more than I like, not just doing combat all the time. So D2, you douse your lantern and wait quietly in the darkness, listening carefully for any sound the hooded figure might make. If you're playing in legendary mode, add the paralyzing modifier card to this skill check. I'm not playing in legendary mode. So we're going to do concealment 1. All right. At least it's only a level 1. So 1 black, 1 green, and black and green. It's a dice limit of 4. I say we go for 1 of each, and then 2 random. I just got that card that just lets me flip green. I could bring in any die and make it a 5. Can manipulate 2 greens, up or down 1. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's only 1 fatigue or 2 fatigue each. Okay, so we bought 1 black and 1 green. We did not have the option yet to move to another location, so we haven't dealt with our backstory yet. Let's get this pencil out of the way. 2 randoms, red and blue. I think I have something to change red into anything. Let's hope so. If I could flip that green to a 1 and then bump it, that would be a 2. What about that black die? The black die is already a 5. If I could make this black, so we can already do this. Maybe that's good. I can change anything into red or white, so that doesn't help. I thought I had red manipulation. Is it on this side? I could flip it to a 2, and then can I plus it? Yes, so we're fine. We're good. We'll play Subvert to flip this to a 2. And then Spiked Club. Oh, wait. Then I need to change it at some point. Do I have... Hang on. Slow down. Do I have the change red? Yeah, I do. So it's going to cost me a bonus play. Let's do this first. So negotiate is flip a 6 to a 1. There's only 1 green, so that goes to a 2. Now over here, Subvert flips the 5 to the 2. We plus it to a 3. And then we got to use a bonus play here. I do Relentless to change the red to any color, which will be black. Okay. Just to run through this real quick. Gain rewards for all covered die slots, so 2 XP. Return all the dice and the modifiers, including probably closing the skill book. Return cards, or any of these spent cards. Yeah, this one was a spent card. But the discard ones go back to our hand. The rest token doesn't need to be flipped, and we go back to the storybook. You gain an advantage, D4. To most ears, there would be nothing to hear in the dark hall, but yours. Pick out the shallow breath and heartbeat of your target, enabling you to seize the hooded figure from behind. Relighting your lantern and pulling back the figure's hood, you discover the cat-like face of a Bastja woman, her forehead painted with the eye of the starlit door. Before you can say a word, her blade is in hand. And now we have to fight. So she gets the modifier Surprised. Surprised Maula is enemy 41. A big old stack of enemies. 41. Just moved my camera around over here. That's not too bad looking. So there's Mala. This one here is green. Let me find the surprised modifier. During this skill check or the first round of this combat, all stamina spent to add dice to the dice pool is returned to the supply instead, so we're not going to get fatigue. That's interesting. We still have a combat dice limit of 3, though. We need a round marker. Starting here, so we've got blue, 2 black, and a green. Well, we've got all kinds of blue cubes, and it's not going to go against our fatigue, so we might as well buy up to our dice limit. Let's buy a blue. And a black and a green, I guess, for our limit of 3. Oh, that's going to go. I'm just going to keep it off to the side right here. Black and green. We do have a card that lets us pull a die from the bag and make it a 5. And we need 2 black 5s. We do get 3 rounds here, so it's not like we got to do all of it now, I guess. We only get 1 bonus play left, though. We've got a blue 3. I don't think we have anything to up to plus or minus a black die. We can turn any colored die with our Jade Gauntlet into a 6. And with Ancestral Blade, we can manipulate that blue die. So I think these are the 2 card plays over here. So we'll do this to change any colored die to a 6. So this green becomes a 6. That's a spent card. We will play Ancestral Blade to minus this down to a 2. So any 5 into any color. I'm pretty sure we have a card over here. It must be on the other side. So let's do this. Let's we pull out any die and make it a 6. Is the pull out any die and make it a 5 over here? It is, yeah. I don't necessarily want to burn my other bonus play yet, because we need to cover this one, because this is a 3 fatigue spot if we don't cover it, and this one's only a 2. I don't have anything that just manipulates 4s. I mean, I could get a color of any die. If I wanted to, but maybe I do that next turn after if I don't draw well. Because what I'm thinking I should do oh, maybe I can't. That's a 4. I might have to use my bonus play. To avoid 3 damage, maybe it makes sense. I could draw a die, and it would get set to a 6. And depending upon what I draw, I mean, if I draw a red, then I could tick it down to a 5. If I draw a white, I could tick it down. If I draw purple, I could tick it down. Or do I just draw? Random? I shouldn't do that, right? If If I draw purple, do I have anything to... If I draw green, I can change it to any color. I could re-roll black or purple. Maybe I should do that first. That's probably too dangerous. I probably should just go for the draw anything, make it a 6. Hopefully it's one of the colors I can manipulate. And I might have to do the bonus. Well, if I have to do a bonus play anyway, I should just draw any 5. Draw anything from the bag and make it a 5. If I draw something, it has to either be red. It has to either be black, red, oh no, then I can just change it to whatever I want. Okay, that's what we'll do. So we're going to spin the bonus play to draw a die and make it a 5. That's a spent card. I mean, if it's black, then we're just golden from the beginning. It's green. I can make any 5, any color with confident. So I've got one more card play. Man, it's too bad I don't have a plus or minus on a black, but I could re-roll it, just try. Maybe we'll get lucky. Let's do that. Whoops, that's not the right card. Leather pauldron, we've got a card play left anyway. Nope. Okay, there's nothing else we can do. We don't have any other card plays. So, end of the combat round. Suffer the counterattacks is 2 fatigue from that. So 2, 2. Round track effect is 1 more for each. So we're at 5 and 5. Then return the remaining dice to the bag. We go back to building our dice pool. We need black, but we do not have any more black to spin, so I think we'll just draw 3 from the bag. Black, red, and white. Red we can manipulate pretty successfully. Red 6. Okay, so we're going to do our red down and then change red to any color. So red down to 5 for 1 card play, and then red to any color for black. Okay, gain rewards. So we've got 2 gold and 1 XP. Then return all dice, round markers, enemy cards, and all that fun stuff. $41. Okay. Put surprised back with those. The rest token doesn't need to be flipped. And we go back to the storybook entries. Oh wait, discard cards, not spent cards. We do need a rest. Fairly soon, probably. Okay. We were at D4, surprised Mala. You disarm her, D6. Oh, that's the person we were just encountering. It's great art. It's really good art. You disarm the Bastia woman in battle, and she surrenders to your inspection. Her teeth are indeed sharp, but her eyes are a cool light blue, not the gray of the infected. You inspect her neck for bite marks, but find none. When you ask her what business she has in Undercity, she seems resistant to answering your queries. If you have the title Friend of Gimlix, D12, which I'm pretty sure we did that, right? Yeah, Friend of Gimlix. So D12. A look of recognition crosses the Bastia woman's face. You're the king's guard that Gimlix met in Jolev, she says. He was just through here talking all about you. Said you're going to be important to the door. She stands, introduces herself as Mala, and apologizes for the misunderstanding. I am to keep the guard out of Undercity tonight, but in your case, I can make an exception. She reaches into her bag and produces a lead medallion. Give this to the orc guard at the door of the Thieves Guild, she says. When you find the library, you'll need a password. No matter what they say, the answer is always the same, and yet the Eye watches us all. Say this, and they will allow you entry. You thank her and let her go in peace. Reveal Discovery Card 78 and record the keyword password. So let's just write password real quick. And Discovery Card 78. The lead medallion. What did she say to do with that? The lead medallion. She reaches in her bag and produces the lead medallion. Give this to the orc guard at the door of the Thieves Guild. Okay. It's going to cost us a fatigue to use it. But then we have, where's D12? Use an item, rest, or move to another location. Before we can do anything, we have to go to the backstory book. I'm running out of convenient places to put all these books. Okay, backstory book. This is Devoted. And we're on our Frogkin Shaman here. Devoted. Adventure 3, Outbreak in Undercity. Growing through a thin crack in the ground nearby, you notice a single Devorian flower, rare beyond measure. It grows only here in the cave blessed by Azima's bones. The healer, Kada, will need its petals to brew a potion that can hopefully cure your son. By both law and custom in Nalos, a blood sacrifice is required to remove anything growing in a place blessed by the gods. To take the flower without the accompanying ritual could displease Azima. On the other hand, such an insult to the creator goddess would please the lesser gods who favor mischief and disorder. An affront to Azima would bring their blessings. Well, I don't want to take off Azima. I think next time I play, I'll probably do all the evil stuff. Devoted player, move your alignment marker. So it cannot go any more to the left. So I think there's something about that in the rules. If the marker cannot be moved in the indicated direction, do not move the marker. Okay. I thought we got something, but I guess not. You slice open your hand with a dagger and let the blood drip onto the floor of the cave before reciting the words of praise to Azima, creator of worlds. Though the knife stings, you feel the blessings of the goddess flowing through you. You carefully tug out the Devorian flower by its roots. If you can find the other two ingredients, you may be able to save your son. Devoted player, record the personal title Azima. So these don't go away. They're not like the keywords that you record up there. These you rewrite on your individual backstory thing. Devoted player, add 2 stamina to your fatigue box from the supply. Devoted player, increase your charisma attribute score by 1 and add 1 stamina to your charisma row from the supply. So it's now up to 4. And it gets a cube. Reveal rare card 80 and add it to the devoted player's hand. If your entire party is exhausted, mark the death track. No. Use an item, rest, or move to another location. So we're going to rest, and then we'll go back to that book. But I got to get rare card 80. Favored. So this has a symbol that I believe means that you can only use it once per adventure. Here, this card can only be played once per adventure. It's that little book with the 1 up here in the corner. So that's cool. I spend a stamina from any row, and then I can change a die of that color by 1. We were at D12. You thank her and let her go in peace. Reveal this card, 78. Keyword, password. Use an item, rest, move to another location. So we're going to rest. Gotta go through the rest procedures again. Spend 1 or more XP. You draw the dice. Fill your attribute rows. If your card is down, flip it face up. Return the bonus tokens. Yep, pretty easy. I still wish there was a reference card just in case you wanted to just run through it real quick. So I'm going to spend probably just 1. So we'll go with green. So green is our Frogkin and red is our construct over here, Newton and Kyrion. 2 and 4. We've got to flip this. Oh, wait, let's fill up our stuff. Getting a little ahead of myself. 2, 2, 2. Those are all the 3s. Two and 2. 4, 3, 1, 1, 4. That's good. Oh, I did this. And we're not going to need that again this adventure. Those are already flipped. Spent cards into hand. Okay, we're good. Let's use, since it doesn't cost anything, let's use the lantern. So D81. You scour the room with your lantern. Its light reflects beautifully off of Azima's scales. You feel as if her spirit watches over you in this place. According to myth, her final act was to order the gate of Rizor Wall closed, not to be reopened for 3,000 years, when she promised to return and bless the faithful. 3,000 years have passed, and the anniversary of Azima's death approaches. In a place like this, with rainbow beams of light reflecting in every direction, you can almost believe that the myth of Azima's return is real. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. I don't really want to do the fatigue for the medallion because it said we have to give the medallion at the Thieves Guild. So since we have that medallion, let's just go there. So we're going to have to stop here at encounter 1. (3-1). From the tunnel ahead, you hear the sounds of lute and drum. You turn a corner and find yourself in a well-lit grotto decorated with woven carpets, stuffed couches, and glass lanterns. A cohort of young Sebek nobles are gathered here, dressed in their finest clothes, dancing, drinking, and making music. A young Wrathborn noble, sporting a long mustache and a fine dress, introduces himself to you as Crete. Crete gives you a strong handshake and a slap on the shoulder. Come, they say, join us. We've sent out a friend to bring back the vampire's bite. Stay a while and you can get bit too. These poor fools are trying to get infected, thinking it fashionable. As King's Guard, you cannot allow the children of Sebek nobility to endanger the kingdom this way. Draw your weapons and force them to leave, or join them and attempt to persuade them to leave. We have a ton of charisma and wisdom. So let's join them and attempt to persuade them to leave. 3-36. If you have any of the titles, Karina's Pyre, Lady Emily Sorrow, or Secret Corpse, we would have to go somewhere else, but we don't. You join the young nobles for a drink and speak with each of them, getting an understanding of their interest, probing their misunderstandings of vampirism, telling them stories of the Dragul invasion, and attempting to persuade them that this infection is not nearly as pleasant as they seem to think. We got skill check charm 1. Purple, white, and white or purple. Dice limit of 4. I can get purple with a card play. I can get lots of purple actually with one card play. So let's just get a white. And it's a dice limit of 4, so we're going to draw 3 from the bag. One, 2, 3. Well, we got a white 4. What can I do to that purple? I can make it go up or down 1. I've got Runic Pendant that I can play to flip the white die from a 5 to a 2. Any color die to a 6 isn't really going to help. I mean, do we just get 2 more purple and then try to manipulate them? Draw 2 purple. those out of the way. Okay, we got a 3. That's all we got to do. Again, the rewards is 2 XP. Turn dice modifiers. 1 discarded card. Flip the rest token. Is that it? I think that's it. Pass, they are persuaded to go home. 3-8. Your conversation proves effective. The young nobles, somewhat reluctantly, come to their senses and agree to go home. One of our friends is still out in the tunnels, looking for a bite, says Crete. Send her home too when you find her. Reveal title card 14. Then we can either rest or move to the next location on your path. I don't think we need to rest, but we need title card 14. Crete's Savior. You met some young nobles in Undercity who sought the vampire's bite. You convinced them to return home unbitten, but they were not grateful. Crete the Wraithborn was especially resentful of your intervention. That's a weird picture. Yeah, we didn't use any of our bonus plays. I don't think we're going to rest, so we're going to just continue on to the Thieves Guild. So C. If you have the keyword stolen, we do not. If you have the keyword coin, we do not. There's no XP. Otherwise, collect the XP from the location. Continue reading. There is a Thieves Guild here. Their headquarters burrowed into a cavern wall that has been carved into an unusual shape. At the entrance to the guild, you meet an elderly orc who submits to your inspection. No bite on me, he tells you, displaying his neck. When we see the infected, we send him to the pit. The orc seems eager to make small talk, but he asks you about the Immortal Knight. I heard he's gone missing, he says. Any word from Sebek? Like everyone else, you've heard the rumors that the Immortal Knight disappeared during the Dreadghoul invasion. You have to admit that there has been no good news on that front. The orc shakes his head. Too bad. I saw him slay a dragon, you know, just north of Jolev in the Black Dunes. We kept the kobolds at bay, and he and Tarek Nowlin handled the rest. You nod politely and move to enter the Thieves Guild, but the orc stops you. Members only, I'm afraid. So we're going to use an item, the lead medallion. It's going to cost a fatigue for each of us. 1, 2. And we will go to C. What was the place which revealed as G for the other backstory thing? Okay, so C 78. Because the medallion is item 78. You show the orc guard the lead medallion and he looks impressed. Steal a medallion from a thief? That's the only way to become a member of the guild, he tells you. Go on in. Each player return 1 stamina from your fatigue box to the supply. C3. You enter the Thieves Guild headquarters and are met by a large orc woman who introduces herself as Gonk. New blood? She looks you over suspiciously. You look more like Kingsguard to me. They arrested my aunt 3 years ago for stealing a lousy apple, and they still haven't let her out. On her table, Gonk has a rolled parchment with a wax seal showing the eye of the starlit door. If your starlit favor is 1 or higher, go to C4. Gonk catches you looking at the parchment. She hands it to you and collects your guild token. Go ahead, she says. Open it. You break the wax seal and unroll the parchment, revealing a map to the secret entrance of a library. Tell them I said hello, says Gonk. Now how about some training? Return Discovery card 78 to the Discovery deck. So we'll lose the lead medallion. Reveal discovery card 3 and place 1 XP on it. So discovery card 3. Okay, so that's the location we got to put our backstory thing on. Square 3. Square 3. And an XP on it. And backstory reminder. Record the keyword coin. Shuffle the skill deck and reveal 2 cards. Place them face up next to the adventure map to create a market. Okay. While at location C, you can buy cards from this market for their price. If your king's favor is 1 or higher, the price of is increased by 1. If it's 0 or lower, the price of each card is reduced by 1. I might have said that backwards. If you have king's favor, it's more expensive. If you are at 0 or lower, it's cheaper. So we get 1, 2 skill cards. So we got sleight of hand. You can turn a 5 into a 1 or a 3. 9 minus wisdom. So our wisdom here is 3, so that would be 6. That would cost 5. And this is an examine. Change a 1 into a 3 or 5. It's also 9 minus wisdom. So we can either learn a skill from the Thieves Guild, which is basically buying a card, rest, or move to another location. We don't have the option to use an item. We're in the same position we were, so I don't think we need to rest. I think I want to go to the library. I'm looking for the vampire, right? Yeah, that's my overall mission. I could go this way and go straight into the library. And skip the encounter for now. But usually, I mean, you can do stuff at the encounter. Might as well do it, because that's probably how we're going to find stuff. So we're going to go along this path into the library. Okay, we're going in order. Number 2. So we're here by the 2. In a dark passageway, you encounter a young, well-dressed human noble woman looking herself over in a hand mirror by torchlight. When you approach, she draws a veil over her face. "Let me pass," she says to you. "I am Karina, the daughter of Lady Amelia Duntham of the Royal Council. I was just on my way to meet some of my friends, the children of other Sebek nobles. You consider the young woman's request. Letting her pass uninspected could have dire consequences if she's infected. But Lady Amelia is a powerful figure in Sebek. Upsetting her daughter could be bad for your career in the King's Guard." Well, we already know that they were like trying to get bit, and they told us that their friend wanted to get bit. We're going to insist on inspecting her, which I believe says it's a combat. Let her pass freely doesn't sound like a good plan. We got to do our job. 3-24. You apologize, but explain that you've been tasked with clearing vampirism from Undercity and must inspect everyone, no exceptions. She pulls back her veil, revealing cold gray eyes and long fangs. I wanted it to be Crete, she says, but it seems that you'll have to be my first bite. Combat, infected human. So infected is a modifier, and then human is the enemy, so 28. Skill book is kind of in the way. Only 3 slots, blue, purple, and either green or black. But let's find infected here. I'm infected. Let's put surprised back close to where it should be. All right. Infected human. For each stamina a player spends when adding dice to the dice pool, they must add 1 stamina to their fatigue box from... Oh. It's going to cost double to add dice? Well, that's not great. I can't really change anything to those colors either. I've got some decent blue and green manipulation in this hand now. I can always get a 5 with that die over there. I can get a die of any color with a card play. I can change a 5 to any color. So it will cost me 4, and my kit purple is in here. I think I'm going to do it. I'll do a big rest. So we'll spend 2 for the die, but then we got to add 2 from the supply. I don't know. This is probably dumb. I spent 2 from blue, and then I got to add 2 from the supply. Then we get 1 random. Okay, we got black. It's a color that we can't manipulate though. Round marker. Blue 4, purple 1. Play any number of cards. Can I flip the blue? I don't think I can. Oh, I can. I could flip the blue to a 3 and then take it down. That's covering up a 3 fatigue spot. Neither of these are spent cards either, so that's fine. So we'll flip it to a 3 and then take it down to a 2. I don't know what I can do with that purple. Played 2 cards already. Maybe re-roll it. It's a 5. That's not doing anything. Oh, except I could change a 5 to any color. I've got 1 card play left. This is 3 fatigue, so that one is like something I really need to try to take care of. Green to any color, purple. I don't think I can flip purple. That's a reroll. Nope. Well, I mean, I could always add a purple and roll it. This round of combat, carry over all unused dice to the next round. Do not re-roll them. These do not count against the combat dice limit. It needs to go down 2. So I guess this is probably worth it. I'll just use it now, I guess. So the glaive is a spent. It'll go to 4. Then I gotta do a bonus play to do my favored. Spend a stamina from purple to manipulate a purple die to a 3. That blocks 3 damage for each of them. This, I guess, I'll just put out over here. That's gonna have to be the end of the round. Wait, I don't need to use a... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my bonus play. 1 damage from that, 2 damage from advancing there is also 3 each. So we'll put a 3 and a 3 and take 6 out of here. Add a 3. That's 5, 10. Oh, we're up to 12. I should use these little 5 things. We need to do some serious resting. Okay, next round. This goes back in. I'm not gonna get dice. I don't want the infection thing hurting me anymore. So 3 dice. Look at that roll. Or place or whatever. So I think I can do it with that white. No, I don't have... I'd have to do the bonus play, I think. Or let's see. If I did the blue to 5, is there a way I can... So we'll spellbook the white down to a 5. Then we'll change any color into a red, so the white becomes a red. And then red to any color to make it green. It's fine. Okay. Rewards is a gold and an XP. XP and gold. Return dice and round markers. The rest token does not need to be flipped. Discard cards. Back into hand. None of these are spent cards. Nope. And we go back to here. You end her, 3-28. If you have the keyword smoke, we don't. You give Lady Amelia's daughter the only known cure for vampirism. When she has breathed her last, you are left to dispose of her body. You could carry her up to Zalek and accept whatever consequences there might be for killing the daughter of a royal council member, or you could hide her body here. No one would ever know what became of her, and no one would ever blame you for her death. Take her to Zalek or hide her here. It would take the consequences. I mean, she was a vampire. You carry the young woman's body to Zalek and explain her fate. He nods grimly, but opens the gate to accept her body. You leave her with him in the mausoleum before returning to Undercity. Reveal title card 16. Then we can either rest or move to the next location. All right, so title card 16. Lady Amelia's sorrow. As you cleared Undercity of vampirism, you put a young noblewoman to rest. You returned her corpse to Zalek, who delivered the girl to her mother, Lady Amelia Duntham of the Royal Council. That's probably going to be bad for us. And we're going to rest. I've got 8 over here and 12 over here. I got to spend 3. I got to roll 3. It's too much fatigue. So we'll start here. That's 10, so that's all of it. And over here, 8 and 9. So we've got 3 left. Bonus play token back. We gotta flip this. Spent cards in, and then refill. 3, 2, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 4. Okay. Resting done. We were on our way to G. We didn't get any gold. Did I get my rewards? I don't think I got my rewards. Maybe I did. I can't remember now. G. If there's no XP, if there is XP, collect it. If you have the keyword password, which we do, go to G2. Down a dark passageway, you find a door painted with a familiar eye. When you knock, a small peephole opens and a man's voice speaks. We are everywhere and cannot be seen. You recite the password Mala gave you, and yet the eye watches us all. The door swings open, leading you into a dim, candlelit library of ancient tomes. In the center of this room is a wooden table where several cloaked figures sit, pondering a map of Sebek. Near the map sits a gray drawstring sack. Record the keyword library. Library. Continue reading G5. An elderly dragonkin man rises from the head of the table and greets you. Welcome. You arrive at an important moment. Soon we will restore our world to its proper place at the center of the planiverse. To do so, we must possess all objects of power. He stands slowly and approaches you. We invite you to join us, but first you must perform a small task of initiation. The other figures rise from their seats, and you notice the Bastia woman who you encountered in Azimuth's hall among them. A map of Sebek is spread out on the table, with red markings all over the major sites. It is not clear exactly what the Starlit Door is planning, but it looks like it would not be pleasant for the city. Your duty as Kingsguard is certain. You must arrest these rebels before they can disrupt the peace of Sebek. Either arrest them or agree to take on their task. I've kind of been playing like good Kingsguard, but I also kind of like the Starlit Door people. Can I do both? I'm going to agree to their task. When you agree to perform their task of initiation, Maula smiles, as so does the Elder Dragon King Man. I am Masik, he tells you. Your task is simple. Open this desk and bring what you find there to the Temple of Ulos at dawn. Masik points to a small Dragolium writing desk. Atop the desk is a quill, an empty inkwell, and what looks like a broken statue. It's a white marble neck mounted to a wooden base that is engraved with the name Bertram Hugna. But Mr. Hugna is missing his head. There was no obvious way to open the desk, and it does not yield to force. You take the inkwell, thinking that it might come in handy. Malda hands you the gray drawstring sack. Take this. It might be useful if you have to deal with the vampire, she says. You open the sack and find that it is full of ashes. Starlit Favor goes up 1. Reveal Discovery card 56. Then we're going to get a bunch of title cards. So reveal Discovery card 56. Empty inkwell. It's 0 fatigue, so item 56. Oh, did I use the lantern in the Thieves Guild? Yeah, whatever. Whoa, where was I at? Agree to their task, 56. Oh, reveal title cards 22, 27, and 28. Okay. Starlit Hope. You're welcomed by members of the Starlit Door who invited you to join their order. Will you prove yourself worthy to advance in their ranks? Mala's respect. You've earned the respect of Mala, a stealthy Bastia thief and member of the Starlit Door. She was impressed by your interest in occult secrets. Masik's esteem. An elderly dragonkin and member of the Starlit Door looked kindly on you in Undercity when you agreed to take on the quest of an initiate in their order. Okay, bunch of keywords, or not keywords, title cards. Use an item, rest, or move to another location. So now I've got the option to move to another location. I need to do my backstory thing. Then I think we'll look at the inkwell, but I have to do that first. So that one is Mentor. You explore the books of the Starlit Door has collected and are quickly impressed. You've spent much of your life in great libraries, not least King Terran's own. You recognize rare tomes, not just on the occult, but also geographic reports on distant lands and even hand-gilded volumes of poetry. Finally, you come to the section you've been looking for, books on armaments and warfare. You're startled to discover The Iron Dance, a thesis written by your mentor, Daswalti, collecting all of his considerable knowledge about swordcraft. On his deathbed, Daswalti gave his sword to his daughter, Kotepi, and his book to you. You had believed it to be the only copy in existence, yet here is another. For years, the dance has been your secret weapon. It contained techniques you never taught to even your greatest students. Knowledge and understanding help a sharp blade strike true, he said. You can take the book with you and make sure it ends up in the hands of a worthy student, or you can destroy the book and keep its secrets to yourself. I don't think I would destroy it if my mentor wrote it, even if it's a second copy. 3-2. Mentor player, move your alignment marker up, which I can't. You take the Iron Dance off the shelf and slide it into your pack. If there's a student of the sword out there worthy of the secrets in this book, you will find them. Record the personal title Torchbearer. It's hard to write like that when the thing's moving around. Torchbearer. Then we can use an item, rest, or move to another location. Okay, we're going to use an item, the inkwell. Well, let's use the, yeah, we'll just go in order. We use the, where are we at? We're at G. We're not going to need this again. So the inkwell is 56. G 56. As you hold the empty inkwell in the library, you feel an otherworldly presence surrounding you. Please, whispers a spectral voice, fill it for me. You tuck the inkwell back into your pack, making no promises. Use another item. Let's use the lantern. You search the library with your lantern and find a biography of Bertram Hugna. He was a dwarven poet who penned his verse not in ink, but in his own blood. Is that his inkwell? Oh, they just said that name before, didn't they? Use another item, rest, or move to another location. We can't rest. We just rested. Go to the ossuary. We'll have encounter 4 on the way. We don't have enough gold still to buy these skills. So 3-4. If you have the title Duntrum's Return, Duntum's Return? We do. Duntum's Return. You met a man hanging in a roadside cage who claimed to be noble, falsely accused of stealing. Yeah, we do have Duntum's Return. We go to 3-6. After climbing up a brick embankment, you find yourself in the middle of a skirmish between a gang of children and the human man you encountered at the cage near Jolev. The man's hand is caught inside a wooden box, and he is swinging it around to keep the children at a distance. They all hold knives, and they seem intent on cutting until they get their box free of his hand. "Give us back our box, dum-dum," shout the children, who all have stripes of green cloth tied around their arms or legs. "I'm trying, can't you see?" the man cries. But the children don't appear too patient. It seems that there will be blood unless you intervene. Defend the man against his attackers would be a strength and initiative check, or seize the box and return it to the children. Dexterity and intelligence. I'm not going to attack children. We just get the box and give it back to them. 3-40. You stand beside the children and order the man to put down the box and cease his struggle. He leaps about frantically and screams, "I'm trying to put it down. Can't you see that?" You catch him and hold him still while working to free his hand from the trap. The children look on impatiently, knives in hand, ready to finish the job if you can't. Skill check, Thiefcraft 1. Resistance, Speechcraft, Stealth, Thiefcraft. Black, blue, and black. Or blue. Well, we don't have any way to get black dice. So I think we'll get a black die and a blue die and then 2 randoms. Blue, black, and 2 randoms. Is that 2? That's 2. Purple and red, and string from the bag. All 6s, huh? Well, red we can change to any color. Blue. We have this sling. Decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. Done. Here. Red we can change to any color. What do we do about that black one? We can change any color to a 6. Oh, okay. So then we have to do a bonus play. Well, okay, so we've got it handled with these cards, but is there a way we can do this without doing a bonus play? I mean, I could re-roll the black one. Green's any color, draw 1 of any color. 5 to any color. I mean, it's free anyway, so let's just try it. Let's re-roll the black die. And see if we get a 6. Ah, we did. Good. So no bonus play needed. So that'll go there, and then we'll play red to any color and make that blue. They didn't have to use any spent cards either, so that worked out. So, gain rewards, 2 XP. Return all dice. And we can close this. Cards from the discard. Flip the rest token. And back to the storybook. So we freed him, so 3-43. So this is cool. This encounter would have been completely different if we hadn't freed that guy. You pin the man down and release his hand from the rigged box. The children thank you, take the box, and disappear into the dark. The human bows and introduces himself to you as Lord Jeremy Duntum, not Lord Dum-Dum, he clarifies. Though I suppose getting my hand stuck in this box would suggest otherwise. He thanks you kindly and asks him why he is in Inner City. After you released me, he says, I decided to return to Sebek and give up on my wandering. Then I saw these poor children begging in the street and I took pity on them. They asked if I could look at a box they had found and if I could help them open it. I did not know it was rigged. You tell Lord Duntum to keep himself out of trouble. Not too likely, I'm afraid, he says as he leaves. By the way, if you ever do see a pig with a black spot shaped like a swan, give her my regards and tell her I'm heading north to our family's estate. Okay. Ossuary. Ossuary? I'm not sure how you say that. Is location B. There's no XP, go somewhere else. Otherwise, collect XP from this location. The ossuary of the Old Order houses the remains of the founders of Ulos, representatives from every corner of the Planiverse, united under Azima the Benevolent long ago before Nalos divided itself from the Dragul. There must be thousands of founders buried here, their skulls and bones covering the surface of every wall, creating the sense that this whole eerie space was built not of earth and stone, but of the dead. Use an item, rest, move to another location. We'll use our lantern. It's free. 81. You search around the ossuary with your lantern and find a narrow passageway in a corner that leads you up some stairs to an ancient sepulcher. Reveal discovery card 30 and place an XP on it. Where haven't we gone yet? We haven't gone to the pit. Oh, they were throwing vampires in the pit, right? That's what they told me at the library or the Thieves Guild or something. Okay, this is another piece of the map. Diamond 4. Use another item, rest, or move. Let's just see what the inkwell has to say. You remove the lid from the empty inkwell and blow across the top. It hoots like an owl and sound that echoes around the ossuary. Hoot hoot. Okay, use an item, rest. So we use them together. Says it's free. 56.81. You open your lantern and place the empty inkwell over its flame. For a moment, the ossuary is covered in strange red shadows, projected by the stains on the sides of the inkwell. As you turn the inkwell, the shadows move like dancing spirits of the dead. And then it's the same stuff. Okay, I guess we'll just move up to F. There's no encounter along the way. If you have any of the titles, Vampire's Executioner, Vampire's Prey, or Vampire's Thrall, we would read that. We do not. If there's no XP at this location, otherwise collect the XP and continue reading. You enter an ancient sepulchre and find a halfling man standing perfectly still and staring blankly at a decorated urn, as if he were in some kind of trance. The urn upon which he is transfixed is marked with runes that you cannot decipher. A low voice seems to come from every direction at once. The proper translation is "Ashes of the eldest, sire of us all." Startled, you look around. The halfling did not move his lips, and there's no one else in the sepulchre. He was the first of our kind, burned alive by a jealous human, the voice continues. As it does so, a mist fills the sepulchre and slowly coalesces into an enormous bat-like figure in the center of the room. The creature introduces himself to you as Lord Yuvan Rokta. Yuvan Rokta. If you have the keyword library, which we do, go to F4. You feel Lord Rokta's presence in your mind, sifting through your memories like a pair of hands searching your head for lice. I know you have the ashes, he says. Show them to me. Against your will, you find yourself retrieving the gray drawstring sack from your pack. When the vampire sees it, he draws near and takes it from your hand. He opens the bag and looks upon the ashes with reverence. Suddenly you find that you are in control of your body once more. It seems that Lord Rokta's hypnotic powers dissipate when he is distracted. I want to thank you, he says. You've done me a great kindness, and I would like to return the favor. Attack while you still can, or wait to receive his favor. I don't think we should wait to receive his favor. We're here to take care of this guy, right? Oh, I think this is going to be rough. F6. Attack while you still can. You dive at the vampire with your steel. Surprised by your attack, he bares his fangs, spreads his wings, and takes flight to strike you from above. Special combat. The following combat will redirect you to a new storybook entry after the first round. Make sure to read 3 possible outcomes once the first round is complete and turn to the corresponding entry in the storybook. Combat Lord Rokta, 38. Enemy, 38. No modifiers, though, which is nice. I hate that infected one. 5 spots. Three white, a blue, and a red. I think we can get red. We can't get white or blue. Well, let's get 1 white here. So what does that put me at? Puts me at 6. So that was a white. This white is 5 and that white is 3. The blue is 2. So let's buy a blue. That's 5. I'm tempted to buy another white because that's a lot of damage. And then that would be my... Oh, I could do a card to buy or to get a die too. Not buy, but get one. We're gonna go with this. And we have to check something after the first round. Well, blue 2 is good. Is my white manipulation die 1 die or 2? Oh, it's a flip. That's not too bad though. I think I have a white manipulation die. But the 4 is what's bad. See, I know this is a 6, but the 5 here does 5 damage. So I'm going to spin the spell book to turn this into a 5. I'm going to spin this Grin Taker card to get a die of any color. I'm going to get a white die. I mean, I could turn that 5 into red. But then oh man, I'm really limiting the white dice that I can pull out of the bag next round. I can make any die a 6 with the Jade Gauntlet. So should I pull some free dice and make it? I've played 2 cards over here already. Could pull any die to make it a 5. Red to any color. See, that white 4 is 3 damage. Oh, I forgot the round marker. I don't think I'm going to be able to defeat Lord Rakta on 1 round. Unless maybe I do a re-roll or something. I think I'll re-roll the 1. See, but at least that one I could flip to a 6. Maybe I re-roll the 5 because I can't manipulate it down, up or down. Yeah, I'll re-roll the 5. Looking for a 4 here. I got a 3. I can flip it to a 4. Okay. Because this one does more damage than the 6. Okay, I've got 2 bonus plays left. If I get 2 purple dice over here with a bonus play, I could make one of them a 6. I don't even need to do that. I've got this white die. I can change any color So that would be one bonus play. Let's just do that. Bonus play. Make this white die a 6 with the Jade Gauntlet. Any color die to the number you need. Oops, that's a spent card. We've got one bonus play left. Now I'd have to get extremely lucky. I could play this card, or I could get any die out of the bag and make it a 5. It'd have to be red. Or what can I do with scroll cards if I need more than one? 5 to any color. I need one more card play to get this done. To have a really good chance of getting it done. This is a scroll card. This is a scroll card. These are my only 2 scroll cards. Getting 2 purples, so that doesn't help me. Do I risk it and have no bonus plays left for next round? I don't think I do. Even though I really want so bad to defeat him in one round. Just to be able to read the victory after one round. Okay, neither victory nor defeat at the end of the first round. Lord Rakta steps back. Go to F12. Dodging your blows, Lord Rakta hisses and his body turns to mist. He coalesces into an even more terrifying visage. Veiny muscles bulging from his bat-like frame. His claws scrape along the stone floor of the sepulchre as he approaches. Return 1 XP to the supply. Add the gigantic modifier card to Lord Rakta and continue combat. So when was I supposed to take the damage and stuff? End of the round, I guess. So 2 each. For this uncovered spot, and then -1 for the round advancing. We have no dice to return here. We need gigantic. Oh, great. It has added 2 more dice slots. Well, I'm glad I saved the bonus play because it was kind of a stretch. And then this one is just, there's no other like things to check after the second round is over. So what am I at here? I'm at 8 and 9 out of 18. We need red, white, and black. Well, we can't get white. Let's get a red and a black. So I'm at 10 and 11. Red and black, and I need a random. Another black. Red 6. I can change that to a 5. Change red to any color, blue or green. I can change anything to red or white. I don't really have anything to manipulate. Black dice, though. I really need to cover these gigantic modifier things over there because it's 5 damage and 4 damage. Do I have something to flip red? I do. I could flip red, change red to black. The white is the problem. The white is the problem. Do I still have my manipulate white? Or did I play that? No, I played that. Oh, man. I'm going to play Gather Power for 1 card play. I got to flip these over because I'm going to forget how many cards I've played on each side. So I get a random die and set it to a 5, and I'm hoping I can get a color I can manipulate. Okay, I got purple. Set it to a 5. The purple I'm going to go down to a 4. Then I'm going to change the purple to white to cover this spot, so that covers 5 damage. Now I could adjust that red 6 with a card play here. I've got basically 2 card plays left. I really need to cover that black 2 though. But I don't think I can. I think I just have to take my lickens here. That'll take me to 14 and 15. All right. Well, so I'll play Spiked Club. Change this to a 5. Then that's my 2 card plays on both sides. 4 damage, so that's 14. And we'll go to 15 on that side. And we lose 2 XP. Last round of combat. These go back in the bag. Get to pull 3. Purple, green, and black. Well, the problem is I can't change any of these cards. Oh, wait. Green to any color. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, good. I got it. So we can, oh, that's decrease. Oh, did I screw this up earlier? Did I increase something by 2? Sling's not as good as I thought. It's only decrease. But I've got spiked shield where I can increase 2 greens up or down by 1. So the green will go to a 2. And then we'll change green to any color to make it black. Oh boy. Earn rewards for covered dice slots. So 1 gold, 2 gold, 3 gold. Let's do that first. So now we're up to 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 XP. So we basically just got the XP back that we lost. Return all the dice. The round marker, the enemy, and the modifier. I wonder what would have happened if I had beaten him in 1 round. Or covered up all the spots in 1 round, I should say. Discarded cards back in hand. And these are all spent cards, right? Steadfast is not a spent card. Not really using my abilities, my class abilities that much with these characters. Rest token is already flipped. That stays there until we rest. Okay. Victory. F8. You beat the vampire down and separate his head from his neck. Still, his eyes stare deeply into your own, attempting to hypnotize you. You pour oil from your lantern and burn the creature. When nothing is left but bones, you retrieve the skull. This should make fitting proof for Commander Zalek. The halfling man still stares at the wall, blood leaking from the bite wound on his neck. King's favor +1. Dragul -1. Reveal rare card 39. And title card 24. There's no little box here to read in just a second. So what did I say? Rare card 39. Vampire skull. You can either flip, manipulate, or re-roll a white die. Okay. Title card 24. Vampire's Executioner. So who do we want to give that card to? Where do you have white up or down manipulation on our Frogkin deck? So I think we'll just put it over here. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep that for very long. Lord Yuvan Rakta attempted to take you as his thrall, but you removed his head and burnt his skull clean of flesh. The memory of his hypnotic stare haunts you. Now that your encounter with the vampire has been resolved, you may return to Zalek at location A at any time to end your adventure. Okay. You can use an item, rest, or move to another location. So let's use our... Let's just go through our free stuff. So our empty inkwell is 56. You hold the empty inkwell to the halfling's neck and it slowly fills with his blood. He doesn't seem to notice your presence. Return discovery card 56 to the discovery deck. Reveal discovery card 64. $56 is replaced by 64. Still free, it's now Inkwell of Blood. It's kind of cool looking. Inkwell of Blood. How about the lantern? 81, 81. You examine the urn more carefully with your lantern and see that its seal has been broken and its lid removed. The ashes from inside the urn have been scooped out and taken. The halfling remains entranced by the urn, Thick blood runs from his neck. Okay, use another item, rest, move to another location. Let's check out 64 since it's free. Now that it's full of blood, the inkwell emanates a strange power. Holding it, you feel a sudden desire to express yourself. Bertram Hugin must have cast a spell over his inkwell to help him feel inspired. Let's combine them for fun. You swirl the inkwell of blood around the lantern's light, and the halfling murmurs, "No thank you, I just ate." Gross. Okay. Let's rest. Then we'll probably move to another location because we don't have any other items to use. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These cards here, minus wisdom of 3, would be 6. They would cost us 5. Anyways, let's rest first. 14 and 15. I'm going to spend 3, using up all my XP. Because I want to do this over here, and I'm going to have another encounter, so I don't want to die. 12. This recovering through dice mechanic, it could be really swingy. Like, I could roll 3. And that would probably not make my day. 8, 9. So we'll take the 10 off. We had 15, so we should be left with 6. So let's just replace everything with 2, 3 cubes. So then we can use these little ones for here. Spent cards back, flip this. Those are already flipped. So we don't really have anything too exciting to use as items in any of the other spots unless we want to go buy a card. I mean, it's basically, do we want 1s to 3s or 5s, or 5s to 1s or 3s? I have that card that lets me get... I can change a 5 to anything. So being able to turn a 1 to a 5 and then turning it to any color would be nice. And we need to buy it with Newton in order to get the discount. Let's head to the Thieves Guild. So we're back at C. We've got some keywords and titles and stuff now. Oh, excuse me. If you have the keyword stolen, no. If you have the keyword coin, we do. C2. Thieves Guild is open to you. The elderly orc that guards the entrance nods to you. Inside, Gonk welcomes you. While at location C, you can buy the cards. Yeah. It's telling us. Oh, no. Our king's favor is now 1 or higher. So the price of the cards has gone up by 1. So now they cost 7. Right, so now they're 10 minus wisdom. I think I'm going to save my gold for when the market shows up. I'm not going to do it now. Let's go check out the pit. So we got to do this encounter. Encounter 3. On the way. Oh, wait, actually, no. We're going to go to the library. We've got the inkwell, right? We're taking the inkwell back to the library. EFG. There's no XP. Do you have password? We do. G2. We've already done this one. That's where we recorded the keyword library. You have the keyword killer? No. G5. Can this be right? Did I forget to write something down? There's no XP. Collect the XP. If you have the keyword password. This is taking me through the same story. Agree to take on their task. I wonder if this is in the FAQs. Is something missing here? Oh, duh. I'm dumb. If there's no XP at this location, go to G1. That's the very first entry. I should go to G1. The Degolium writing desk and library is missing its inkwell and the marble head of Mr. Bertram Hugna. There are many books here that might be read by lantern light. I already used my lantern here, didn't I? Before I use the inkwell, I thought I used the lantern. G81. Yeah, I thought it was like his book or something. You search the library with your lantern to find a biography. He's a dwarven poet. Yeah. In his own blood. That gave us the blood hint. Use another item. The inkwell is 64. The inkwell of blood lends a creepy air to the Degolium writing desk. It's almost as if you can feel the spirit of a poet hovering around you, eager to write. But something is still missing, so you tuck the inkwell back into your pack. We got to use them both. 6481. The inkwell of blood glows a deep red in the light of your lantern. The blood looks just like the red ink circling the Temple of Ulos on the starlit doors map of Sebek. Okay, so we're obviously still missing an item. So let's go to the pit then, I guess. Because move to another location was an option. Okay, 3-3. If you have the title Friend of Gimlix, we would go to 3-5. So this is cool. This is totally branching depending upon if you had done certain things in other adventures. At the bottom of a slippery slope of muck, you find Gimlix chiseling away at the forehead of a strange skull embedded in the ground. He seems surprised to see you. I didn't think you're the type to slum it in Undercity, he says, but you've come at a good time. Look at this. Gimlix's chisel breaks through the bone, and he pulls forth a wand topped with an enormous blue gemstone. A cursed object to be sure, but cursed by your own plane and none other. Care to join me in testing it out? We'll touch the gem at the same time. Ready? Gimlix's eyes shine with anticipation as he stares at the jewel. Trust Gimlix and touch the gemstone. Strength and constitution. Check. Or convince him that the gem is too dangerous. Intelligence and charisma. Well, he's our friend. I don't know. It seems almost too fun to not touch the gemstone. So we're going to touch it. We're going to trust him. 3-45. This is probably dumb. You reach out and touch the gem on top of Gimlix's wand, unsure of what to expect. It crackles with energy as you make contact, and you feel your mind being pulled into the beautiful depths of the gemstone. If your starlit door favor is 1 or higher, each player adds 1 stamina to any attribute row from the supply, ignoring the usual limit. We're going to do a skill check endurance 2. Do I have to choose now, or can I look at the thing? I'm going to say you get to look. I don't care if it's not allowed. Green, red, and black for endurance 2, and it's a dice limit of 6. Let's go green. And we're going to spin those right away. To get a green, let's get a second green. I have a thing that can turn green dice into other stuff. I can always get a green. Red and black. What am I at? 8, 10 left. I can turn stuff into red, so I'm not too worried about red, but I can't turn stuff black, so let's get a black. I can't really manipulate it very well either. Oh, then I get 3 random. What am I doing? this feels like 3. Okay. There's 5 spots there. I was having an issue counting for a second. All right, so we got a green 4, green 1. Turn green to any color, but that's probably not going to help. I could flip green, and then do I have a... I do have manipulate green. So I can flip green to 1, and then manipulate green to 2. What am I going to do about the black die there? Oh, I have that card. Oh, I used it already, the favored card. I can re-roll. I've got tons of card play left here. Any color to red or white. I could decrease blue. Or flip blue. Somehow I have to get a die to be black. How am I going to do that? I either have to make it green, or make it red, but turning a die red now wait a minute, if I plus the blue to 4, I could turn it red. But then how am I going to get the red 2? I got to make something green. So you know what I got to do here? I think I got to pull a green die out of the bag with Grin Taker. And roll it. It's a 1. I should have done that before I did this because this manipulates 2 dice. I'm almost tempted to say that I did that. Oh wait, actually I could make it red with a bonus play. And then other bonus play manipulate it. but then I've only got one card play left. That's not going to cut it. I can't do that. Wait. No, I need to use this one to turn one of these, right? To red. I don't think I got it. I mean, I could Hail Mary and re-roll a black die, I guess. I should have saved this. That was a mistake. Move one bonus play token to place as many scroll cards as I want. So my scroll cards are those two. That's not helpful. A 5 to any color. So these are not helpful. These are basically the cards that could be helpful. I need some manipulate black. Is what I need. Any color to a 6 is not helpful. Pull a random 5 is not helpful. These, that. So this one might be helpful. That might be helpful. If I flip this or plus it, and then change it to red, that would cover that. But then again, I'm stuck at one card play. I need one more card play. Blue or green flip. The green would flip to a 6. That's not helpful. Yeah, I didn't remember that this affects 2 dice. If I would have done this properly, or thought through the whole thing, I could have done it, I think. Oh, wait a minute. No, I need one more. Yeah, I need another color change, and I can't get another color change. Green to any color. Yeah, so I think my Hail Mary is a reroll on one of the black dice. Which is going to cost me a bonus play. Oh my. That was kind of clutch, I think. So any color to red. So we do this one first to increase the blue one to a, or decrease it to a 2. and then any color to red. Wow, that was clutch, but that cost us the bonus play also. That was pure luck. Rolling that 4. Or proper planning. I had it anyway with this if I would have played that correctly. Or that would have been a lot of thinking. Oh crap, where was I? You reach out to the gem, yeah, crackles the energy, you feel your mind, that's the one. You withstand its strange power, 3-37. You touch the gem and are transported to your most fearsome memory of the Dragul invasion. Vrandor, a great dragon, looks down on you in disgust, preparing to breathe her fire, but you survive that encounter, and you tell yourself that you can also survive the intensity of this memory. As you gain confidence, the strength of the memory fades, and you find yourself back in Undercity with Gimlix, who tucks the wand into his handkerchief and puts it away. Nicely done, he says casually. By the way, did you get a chance to meet my friends in the library? I think you'd get along with them. He shakes your hand and bids you farewell. Each player, add 1 stamina to your wisdom attribute row from the supply, ignoring the usual limits. That's all we got. Wisdom. We can either rest or move to the next location on your path. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta actually clean up from the end of the skill check. Gain rewards, so 2 XP. Put the dice away. Return discarded cards. Flip the rest token. Review the current storybook. Okay, 5 and 8. I don't know what's at the pit, so I'm going to rest just spending 1 XP. Three for the red character, 6 for the green character. Bonus play tokens back. Flip. Spent cards back. Refill. 2, 2, 4. Oh, well, we just lose the wisdom that we just got. 2, 2. Okay. On to the pit. What are we at? If there's no XP, but there is, otherwise collect. Okay. Acrid black smoke pours over you from the corridor ahead, choking your way forward. You find yourself at the bottom of a high, narrow shaft in a stone-walled pit. A dwarf woman is prodding a noxious fire. You bring one to burn, she asks. If you have the title Secret Corpse, go to E4. No, otherwise E5. Well, got one or not? Dwarf woman asks. When you look confused, she continues. We're clearing out the infected tonight. Kill them wherever you find them and bring them here. I'll burn them in the pit. In a dark corner of the shaft, you notice a pile of clothes and other belongings that must have been stripped from the dead. Go take a look through them if you want, says the dwarf. I already took the gold. Record the keyword smoke. If your Dragul favor is 1 or higher, you can ask the dwarf woman about her purple eyes. It's not. We can use an item, rest, or move to another location. Let's use the lantern, I guess. 81. You shine the light over the pile of clothes and other belongings. Not surprisingly, there is very little of value here. One item stands out. A carved head of white marble. Must belong to a statue somewhere. You decide to take it with you. Discovery card 87. Now we can go back to the library. Yep, the statue's head. That costs a fatigue to use. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. Let's just go back to the library. So we're at G. G, and we're going to use the inkwall and the statue together, so that would be 64.87. It costs us a fatigue for each character from the statue. 6487. You place Bertram Hugin's head on the pedestal and it fits in perfectly in place. Then you set the inkwell of blood and become aware of a spectral presence. Each player return 1 stamina from your fatigue box to the supply and then read G13. The quill on the Dragolium writing desk glows and then flies aloft under its own power, dipping itself into the inkwell and scrawling out a verse on a scrap of parchment. Thank thee kindly for the blood. I shall not ask about its source. As my gratitude does bud, I hereby yield a wondrous force. The cube is ancient as can be. Keep it safely in thy care. It levitates most marvelously and opens doors that lead elsewhere. When the verse is complete, the writing desk opens and an onyx cube appears before you, levitating in the air. The library shakes and crackling black energy fills the air above your head. With a word of thanks, you quickly take the cube and place it in one of the Dragolium chainmail sacks that Tarek Nowlin gave you. The air is quiet once more. The cube now secured in your pack, you feel strangely lighter on your feet and lighter in your spirit as well. Reveal rare card 14. Uh, 14. Onyx Cube. Any color of dice we can set to a 5. Return 64 and 87 to the Discovery deck. I can do that later. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. The Onyx Cube, any color to a 5. Somebody already has a good 5 thing. 5 to any color to a 5. It feels like the construct hand is a little bit bigger. There's some scientific deck construction for you. So I'm going to put it in the Frogkins deck. Okay, we're going to go back to the graveyard. I'm going to stop on the way at Azima's Bones. I just want to see real quick if there was any of these keywords that were going to do anything for me. No. All right, so then we'll go to the graveyard. I still want to save my money because now this stuff is more expensive because I actually have some King's Favor. Okay, so we're back at A. There's no XP, we go to A1. Zalek stops you at the Iron Gate and tells you to show him your eyes, neck, and teeth. After assuring himself that you are not infected, he asks about the progress of your mission. We have the title Vampire's Executioner, right? Yep. We go to A3. You hold out the vampire's skull for Zalek's inspection. He nods grimly. Their bones retain some of their essence long after death. That skull can still hypnotize. Keep it safe, but do not point it at me again. Turn to the end. I don't think there's anywhere else I want to go or anything else I want to do. So we're going to go to the end. You follow Zalek up the stairs and across the graveyard, making your way back to the barracks. Your march takes you along a ridge that looks out over the city. Sebek is a port city, and as dawn breaks, the bay turns from black to gold. All is still quiet in the capital. Only farmers and fishmongers preparing for the day's market are up at this time. During this quiet transition, you reflect on your night's adventure. Which titles did you earn? Read each section below that matches a title card you have. Both Infected and Vampire's Thrall? No. Only Vampire's Thrall? No. Vampire's Executioner. Killing the vampire was no easy task, and his voice still echoes faintly in the depths of your mind. Perhaps the skull you carry with you is speaking for him still. It whispers to you about the ancient artifacts, asking you to find more of them and hide them from the starlit door. Even in death, the vampire hopes to turn you to his mission. Vampire's Prey? No. Lady Amelia's Sorrow, because we unfortunately had to dispatch her daughter. You're drawn to reflect on Karina Duntham and her journey through the dark tunnels of Undercity. You wonder if she made it home and what consequences there will be. Nope, that's the secret, sorry. There will be grief this morning in Sebek. Zalek has delivered the body of Karina Duntham to the palace guard who will carry her home with reverence. It might also be a sad day for you if too many questions are asked about how the young woman died and what your role was in her demise. Even so, you defend Sebek nobles from vampiric infection. You defended them from vampiric infection. Whatever the politics, you have done your duty and can take some comfort in that. Secret Corpse, Karina's Pyre. Nope. Crete's Savior. We have something about Crete. Yes. You find the attitudes of the other young nobles disturbing. That they would flout danger and even actively seek out vampiric infection bothers you to the core. Nobles live a protected life here in Sebek, even with their proximity to Undercity. They did not see the horrors of war during the Dragon invasion, so they have the privilege of entertaining romantic ideas about things that should cause them terror instead. You're grateful that you were able to send them home safely. Crete's Hunger, Starlit Devil. I don't remember that one. Nope. Masic's Spite. Nope. Both Mala's Contempt and Starlit Killer. Nope. Mala's Respect and Masic's Esteem. Yes. You befriended several members of the Starlit Door, the secret organization that appeared to be plotting against the crown. They possess deep knowledge of Ulos and its relationship to other planes. You expect that there is much you can learn from these new friends, but you can also fear that your position with the Kingsguard may be in jeopardy once your association with the Starlit Door becomes known. Starlit Hope. Yes. The mission that Masic gave you to discover the mystery of the library was intriguing. You can't help but wonder what other mysteries are known to the Starlit Door. Their plans for Sebek could transpire soon. They told you to meet them at the Temple of Ulos, where there are idols to the gods of every race. The purpose of the Starlit Door's plan still eludes you. Conclusion. Your musings are suddenly interrupted when an explosion breaks the morning peace and a massive cloud of dust arises from Terran's arena in the city below. Screams in the streets tell you that something has escaped the arena and is beginning to make its way through Sebek. It appears that the Starlit Door plot has already begun. Each player, you can now advance your character. Okay, so that's the end of Scenario 3. I'll do the same thing that I have done. I will think about how I want to advance the characters, and I will do that at the start of the next episode. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this scenario. It was a little bit of a longer one. We're approaching 2.5 hours there. But I hope you're still enjoying this series and everything I post on the channel. I'll see you in the next one.